Yo, 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 what is up? Alrighty. So, I just wanted to start by saying thank you to everyone that is in the chat. I appreciate you guys being here. I heard it's a good one. I've been trying to dodge spoilers like crazy, but that's nothing new. Now, I did see that TCB said that this is a lower quality image and they'll be putting out better ones, but the translation should stay the same. I'm very, very excited for this. So I won't be looking at the chat too much. Hopefully avoid spoilers just in case anybody gets wild in there. But I'm going to go through page by page. I got my Nerdtaku Bible, I call it, where I write all my notes when I'm reading chapters and theories. So I'm going to write down anything that I think is significant. And just to plug myself a little bit, I did a really, really great podcast called The Theory No Me with Chestnut. It is on my page. It was really good. The audio was a little fucked up in the beginning, but everything turned out really great, and we went on for 2 hours just talking about theories and bouncing them off each other. So check that out if you can. Drop a like if you can. Helps the algorithm. And then also always get into the TOPT Discord, and Chestnut has a new Discord as well, so you can ask her for that link. And I just actually joined Tachi D Spins Discord, which is also great. And to speak on that a little bit more, I actually did the creator Kumite with him over on that channel as well. We went on for 4+ hours just talking about theories and a lot of good stuff. Everyone brought fire. It was great. So check that out as well. But so I'm going to get my sweet Samsung Fold. That is my tablet basically. And I'm going to start reading this monster of a chapter. All right. A hero's offensive. Kuma's destination ? Wow, so we see him flying through the air, and he is flying fast. Red port, the base of the red line. Oh, wow. And did he blow up on impact? Yo, this is wild already. I'm loving this. This is crazy. Oh, hold up. Let me see. There we go. All right. Now that we got that cooking. All right. It's Bartholomew Kuma. What? Where did he come from? Oh, wow. I heard he fled the Holy Land? Oh, back at the Reverie. What's he doing here? He's meant to be the celestial dragon's invincible slave, right? Wow. They're just straight going for it. Section off the Northeast District. And he's like, kind of like, it looks like he's bleeding a little bit. And then he gets up and they're saying, it moved. It's a former warlord of the sea. Man, this is going a mile a minute. You know, like Wano felt like it kind of just like, it stagnated just a tiny bit. And then all of a sudden it's like, it started going crazy right after Wano. Like as soon as we hit Egghead, it's just like all gas, no brakes. Deploy all available Marines to his location. Bartholomew Kuma just appeared in the Bandola Gate. Civilians, please be advised. He's extremely dangerous. Evacuate immediately. Why would he? I really thought he was going to Egghead, man. Oda loves to just complete left turn out of nowhere, like when we think that this sort of thing's going to happen. But this also kind of plays into the fact that I think that Kuma is like almost like a hive mind, similar to Vegapunk, how he has the satellites. I theorize that Kuma was the blueprint for artificial intelligence in the Pacifistas and now also the Seraphims. And what a Vegapunk wants to give Bonnie is actually Kuma's brain that's actually been controlling all of these satellites as the pacifistas. So I might get disproved in this chapter, though. He's a man with no shred of humanity. He may serve the celestial dragons, but his current purpose and programming are unknown. Do not approach. Yeah, man, he is like right at the gates. Whew. Egghead, the island of the future in the new world. Lock down any and all possible escape routes for Vegapunk. Yes, sir. Okay. Looks like CP0 is kind of trying to get like a pincer maneuver going. Alright, so the black coats are going. It says destroy the ships if you need to. Even with the Seraphim back under control, how are we meant to flush them out? This frontier dome is a real nuisance. Kaku says, it sure is a marvel. Stussy says, you're determined to ignore the Navy, aren't you, Lucci? And he says, I refuse to accept Straw Hat as an emperor. Damn, dude, you got your ass beat and now you're like refuse. Like, honestly, if I was in the One Piece world and I got my ass beat the way Lucci did by Straw Hat, and then he went on to be so good that he's an emperor, I would be kind of flattered, to be honest. I would be like, yeah, dude, like I went up against that guy and he floored me, but now he's an emperor. Just imagine getting beat by like Gecko Moria, and then you know, and then someone's like, oh yeah, like the guy who beat me eventually went on to be just like beat by everybody. So like, I think it's a compliment. Let's see here. The agents are attempting to block off all exits. They're probably taking care of the ships too. And Vega Force 1 can only fly on the island. Ooh, that's interesting. Why would he only be able to fly on the island? Maybe it's the only way that they can maintain that power. Maybe the power source isn't infinite. It's just like part of and around the island, because Vega Force was what picked the Sunny up out of the water. So it was close enough to Egghead for them to power it. That's interesting. Damn, the enemy is quite shrewd. Damn, we get to see all the Vegapunks just chilling together. Perfect. That means we get to avenge Atlas. I'm raring to go. Man, Lilith is ready to fight. Pythagoras says, no, they shouldn't even be able to get up here. Vegapunk says, so they won't let us get away without a fight. So then, oh man, who was the little one again? It was Pythagoras. Edison. Eureka, I've just thought up a new invention. I reckon it's going to be a real cutting edge piece of tech. He's probably thinking up a way to bypass his own security, because like that's how crazy Vegapunk is. Like when it comes to like his thinking, he doesn't even think about the ramifications of his inventions and how they could be used against him. He's just like, this is a great invention, like let's go for it. York says, what's going on, something fun? Shaka says, Lilith, if all you've got in mind is another brainless attack, knock it off. Lilith says, why can't we retaliate against these fools? They're after our necks. Fighting back isn't our objective. Ensuring the main body's escape is. As satellites, it's our duty to prioritize the Stella's safety. Excuse me. Above all else, we may be expendable, but you running off on a vendetta will only cause us more trouble. That goody act of yours really getting on my nerves. Shaka said, that's too bad. Damn, so like that is funny that they're all a part of his personality, but yet they have conflict between them, because it's like inner conflict technically, right? Because it's all part of him. That's interesting. Vegapunk says, still, I'm so sorry, Centaur. That only happened because you're so loyal. Yeah. Excuse me. Centaur is a real one. Like, he took Lucci's attack and got completely wrecked. But yet, still, like, he tried to hold them off long enough for them to get up to Vegapunk to take care of him. That's really great of him. I wonder if Kizaru will feel the same way, though. We still have another ally on this island we can call on, should we? Who's another? Who could be another ally on the island? If it's not Sentomaru. Hold your horses. Won't you be risking them too if we ask for help? They'd have nowhere left to hide if they're... Not getting enough oxygen to my brain. Too much theories up there. They'd have nowhere left to hide if they're in the government sites too. Who could be on Egghead that would also possibly... Does that mean it's a... I wonder if it's Smoker. Smoker is someone I could see being on Egghead, because the G5 base is not far away from there. So if Smoker was on Egghead as well, then that would be interesting, because that means that Sentomaru, who also had respect for Luffy, and Smoker are on the same island, and they would both be risking themselves by putting themselves in that weird position by helping Luffy and Vegapunk. Alright, Vegapunk's just calling him. Be that as it may. Hello? I'm in a pinch. Please save me. Damn, this dude's just like, I'm calling for help anyway. He asked, so shameless. Of course, I've always been prepared for this order. That doesn't sound like Smoker. That doesn't sound like a very Smoker thing to say. Wowza. Looks like they're gonna help us. Edison says, escape should be easy as pie now. If we focus and make sure CP0 is kept busy, especially since the Stella has secured passage on the Straw Hat's ship. I'll take us to the port with Vega Force Zero. I approve, let's hurry. Who put you in charge? Vegapunk says, well folks, I'm all packed. Please take the 7 of us to your ship. 7? You're all coming? Nami says, that sounds like a pain. Frankie says, I don't care as long as Lilith... Oh no, that's Sanji. I don't care as long as Lilith-chan comes along. Man, simp until the end. Frankie says, hell yeah, a voyage with 7 faces of the world's best scientists? Lab interior. Wait, Bonnie, hold up. Damn, she got something in her hand. She's about to go beat that ass. She said, that Vegapunk, to think he'd stoop to using bugs against me. Yo, that was her fault. How's she gonna get salty about that? That's what you're mad about? Hey, I promise to get that old timer out of here in one piece. Don't beat him up. The One Piece? Crazy. Oh, there's like a beep beep. Labostratum Frontier Dome defenses are now offline. The Frontier Dome is offline. They said, what? Why? Who would disable it, and for what purpose? Is someone in the control room? No, our detectors aren't picking up anyone. Maybe a double cross? I wonder if the person they asked for help is actually double crossing them. Lucci says, that was sudden. Kaku says, if those deterrents are really down, this is a golden chance, Lucci. Lucci says, wait, it might be a trap. Doesn't this malfunction sound a little too convenient? It sure does. See, we've gotten this far and it's fine, right? For this to happen with your life at stake, the heavens have abandoned you, Vegapunk. Man, who is this dude to talk about that after he got abandoned by the world government and he had to fight his way back to being CP0 after all that? Isn't that Straw Hat's ship? Wow, there's a robot here too. That's right, they took them up there. Lucci says, we've already taken care of all the ships below. Now we've just got to destroy this one. Kaku says, leave it to me. And he shoots a Tempest Kick Sky Slicer. Oh, it looks like Zoro is asleep. And then all of a sudden he just like immediately just is about that action and whips out a sword and blocks it. Kaku says, what the... Oh, he says, who the hell interrupted my nap? And he looks pissed. Holy shit. Are we getting a rematch? So we got two of the greatest rematches. Yo, I want him to no diff Kaku so bad. I have zero, like, I do not like Kaku. I do not think that he's good. Like, it was cool when we introduced him, but, like, the giraffe thing was kind of whack. I hope he's awakened, but also not at the same time, because if he's awakened, that's like a dangerous precedent to be sending with CP0. Pythagoras says, Shaka, I've got the Frontier Dome back online, but the CP0 agents have already infiltrated. Damn, we were too late. They'll target the Straw Hat ship. Indeed, they're already fighting a crew member that was guarding it. If we don't hurry and back him up, we'll lose our ride out of here. Lilith says, will you look at that? We get to go to war after all. Dope. I'm super excited. Hey guys, Luffy. Huh? We're already leaving? But we just got here. Come on, let's not rush this. Chopper said, it's noisy out there. I want to stay too, but we can't help it since this is a government island. You already bumped into that Rob Lucci guy, right? I know, but oh wait. You haven't seen Bonnie, have you? She's a pirate lady with long hair. Now that you mention it, where's Vegapunk? That's what Robin said. Ah, stop it, Bonnie. We're in a rush here. I'll explain. Just hear me out. She says, shut up. Can you turn my dad back to normal? Yes or no? No, sorry. I just can't. But there's a reason for that. Man. General 30. Yeah, people will be super mad if he's awakened, because then everyone is going to be like, more Kaido downplay. More Kaido downplay. Like, oh man. Which, I'm not downplaying Kaido. I just think that when it comes to a mythical and like an ancient Zoan and stuff like that, I feel like the criteria is different for that type of awakening. And to like just have like a giraffe or like leopard awakening is just, I feel like it's just two different worlds in my opinion. And I think that that's how it should be. Like the class of beast like should make it harder. I just need Zoro to drop him quickly. Yeah, Trig, I agree. I want him to no-diff him. Like, if he doesn't, like, I feel like Luffy in Gear 5 no-diffed Lucci. I mean, literally, it took 4 moves on panel, and they clashed once. Like, that's kind of a no-diff. I wouldn't be surprised or upset if Kaku could awaken. The precedent has already been set by My Hockey and Devil Fruit. Yeah, like, I agree. I think that he should be able to awaken. I think probably that should be like a thing for Devil Fruit users that are in CP0. If you have a Devil Fruit, if you want to be part of CP0, you have to awaken. I think there are reasons that have nothing to do with strength for Kaido not awakening. Yeah, I agree. Somewhere in the waters of the New World. Whoa. Isn't that fish bigger than normal? Killer's looking at a piece of paper and he's just like saying nothing. Then he says, "Kid, wake up. We're near land. Should we go look around?" Are you really asking that? When have I ever passed on exploring an island? I know, but this island is probably the home of the giants. Elbaf. Yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. But if it's Shanks' land and he rolls up there and he gets real fucking cocky, he's going to get slapped real quick. If Shanks uses his hockey thing that he used on Greenbill that basically shut down his devil fruit, does Kid's like metal arm just fall off? That'd be kind of funny. Oh no, it wasn't G5, it was G14. Okay, now we're at G14. I actually have a video coming out soon that is a deep dive into Devil Fruit Awakening. I explain with evidence why Kaido couldn't awaken, but Lucci can. In fact, I don't think it is he can't awaken, but rather he chooses not to. Yeah, I actually thought that too. I thought that about, honestly, all the Beast Pirates. I think they all probably had the ability to awaken. I just wasn't sure of the mental fortitude that they would have and what the difference was in like the animalistic instincts of mythical and ancient Zoans. Like, it makes sense to me that it would be harder to awaken something like that, because I feel like you have to basically align with your instincts as that animal. And that's why I honestly, and a lot of people are probably going to give me shit for this, that's why I think that Yamato was awakened, because she literally had the same thing as Luffy, like the small little smoke or clouds or whatever around her arms. And what was her mythical Zoan? It was the guardian deity of Wano. And what did she want to do? Protect Wano. Like, it only makes sense to have that, because like that was her aligning with her mythical Zoan's abilities and basically the myth behind them. So I think Yamato was awakened. And I think you're right. I think that Kaido was not. And I think that there is a reason. And I think that he will awaken. I think we will see him later and he will awaken, because I feel like he has to be key to the last war, because he always wanted to die in a great war and he wanted to like go out swinging. That's why he wanted to go to Marineford. But I just don't see him dying yet. I don't see that for his story. And I think that Oda, being Oda, said himself that Luffy wouldn't beat him with one gigantic punch, or like he wouldn't like officially beat him. But I think that that's why we're going to get something later, once Luffy has way better control of his power and stuff like that. G14 Naval Base. You're such a troublemaker, Vice Admiral Garp. We're about to head over to Egghead. We can't spare any of our men. Don't be like that, Doll. Yo, shout out to Doll, man. I'm on that same shit as Sebastian, though. I need to see more of Doll, for sure. This isn't a joke. You want to launch an offensive against an emperor? Have you cleared this with the top brass? Huh? Why would I? You've been in the Navy for how many decades with that attitude? He just starts laughing. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Besides, I'm already here. You're what? Helmeppo, get out here. Is it a pirate attack? What do they want with Helmeppo? Wait, that's Vice Admiral Garp's ship. Vice Admiral Garp? What? I really wanted to see you. Kobe, Kobe went and got captured by Blackbeard, and I couldn't do anything to help. Quit whimpering. It's hard to watch. Just get on board already. We're gonna head to Hachinosu. Let's beat the snot out of those pirates and save Captain Kobe. Yo. Oh, shit. You want to know what? Was this what Oda was talking about in his Jump Festa thing? He was like, that person and that person are going to fight? I hope no one dies. Garp and Blackbeard are going to square off? No way. Yo, that's crazy. Oh, man. Yo, that's so good. I'm so excited. I'm like really excited for this because I am a strong advocate for Garp ain't shit for so long. Oh man, that would be so good because that is such beef for Luffy and Blackbeard. Like, you killed my granddad and you managed to basically make Ace die. Oh no. My what if? I'm gonna get to see it happen, I think. Oh, no way. This is crazy. So the real question is, does Garp show up and Law's still alive? Or Law's still hanging in there? Like, what's the... And who else does he have on that ship? If he has Bogard? You know, if he has... Or what if Bogard is on Egghead? If Bogard is the one that he called, like, yo, I knew this was going to happen. This is what dreams are made of, people. Like, this is crazy. Because, oh, man. If Garp fights BB, that is going to be an amazing fight for us. Because first off, we're going to get to see truly Garp's skill. And that alone is worth it to me. Because the only time we've seen it was when he was fighting Blackbeard originally. And it wasn't really a super great showing in Marineford because we couldn't see hockey at that point. Like, we knew that people were using it. We just didn't know what was happening. Like, and so, and he doesn't have a devil fruit to take. Like, Garp is a hard counter. But I also thought Rayleigh was a hard counter. And he said, I don't even think I could beat him. God. Oh, what? Ooh. And if Aokiji's there, and we think Aokiji's part of Sword, yo, but what if he has Sengoku too? If Sengoku is on that ship and they're going to get Blackbeard, that would be great to me. That would be fantastic. I would love to see it. Because it's like the two old, retired almost, you know, super strong people who took on Roger in their prime, fighting Blackbeard and his crew. Damn. This is good. This is really good for theories. Like, the last, like, you know, few chapters were super good for lore, and they were great for theories about that. But theories about what's going to happen? Damn. Oh, God. I almost want to see Garp die, and that's terrible to say. But I almost want to see Garp die because I want to see how Luffy takes it. I want to see if his death is as impactful as I think it would be. Because I think that it would be like... Basically, what happened when Luffy was like, yo, we're sailing to Alabasta right now. Like, let's fucking get it because of what happened to Vivi. If if that was his response to Vivi, yo, if he finds out that Blackbeard killed Garp, dude, it's gonna be smoke. It's gonna be on site. And he's probably gonna be like, yo, we're going straight to him. Man. Garp is that dude for Kobe. Garp was the one who trained Kobe. Garp is the whole reason that Kobe is actually a a strong character. Like, he took him and Helmeppo, took him to Marineford headquarters. He trained them. He had Bogard train them. He taught them hockey. He taught them the six powers. Like, he's the whole reason. So, like, man, it's so crazy because, like, so many things in One Piece are like even though you're not my son, and I actually have a son or a grandson, I'm gonna let them do whatever, and then someone else kind of takes them under their wing, and then, like, this person takes someone else under their wing, when it should be like the opposite in normal life. Like, hey, take care of your kids, you know. So this is really interesting because Garp probably sees Kobe as like a son, so he's willing to go there for him, even though everyone is leaving to go to Egghead. Man, this is fucking good. This is good. Don't be surprised if BB can shut down hockey like he does devil powers. Devil for powers. I believe hockey is an energy based in vibration, and he has two devil fruits that interact with vibration. Pure darkness specifically represents null vibration, and then obviously the Gura Gura represents regular vibrations. That's interesting. I never thought of it as dealing with vibrations, but that actually kind of plays into a theory that I talked about on Tachi's page during the creator Kumite, where we talked about the quintuplets in Fishman Island and how they are all named after the god fruits, because there was Ichika, Nika, Sanka, Yonka, and Yonka 2. And it would represent the Earth. The Yonka 2 and Yonka 1 would be the first Yonka would be the Earth God. And then Yonka 2, instead of being named Goka, which would go with the normal naming scheme of like Ichi, Ni, San, to like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it was Yonka and Yonka 2. And I theorized that it's because those two devil fruits used to be actually one god fruit, that the Gura Gura and the Yami Yami were actually one fruit. And that would honestly be very interesting because of what you said. Like, they represent vibrations. And we know there's natural vibrations in the earth. So that actually plays into that. That's awesome. But man, this is, you know, I also wonder why does the Marines let Garp just have free reign to do whatever he wants? It's pretty interesting. Kid going to Elbaf. If that's Shanks' crew, man, he's gonna try and get his lick bag for the arm thing, and that's not gonna be good for him. This is crazy. Man, there's one thing that I really wish we would have seen in this chapter, and that's more Kizaru. Bro, if Garp recognizes BB, then I'm more and more vindicated. Kid takes dubs. I mean, he didn't take a dub when he lost his arm the last time he ran into the Red Hair Pirates. Kid kills Shanks. No, don't start that. That's almost ZKK levels of crazy. Kid better go hard in Elbaf. You know, honestly, I would love to see an actual, like, Shanks moment where he's like, he does a Davy back fight with Kid or something like that. and just kind of toys with him. I don't really see him, like, there's no way he's taking on the red hair pirates and winning, not with his crew. But I would love to see them have like a competition or something like that. Or he better get bodied by Shanks the same way Law is gonna get bodied by Blackbeard. Oh, don't disrespect Law like that. He's my favorite character. Not Toy, Hockey Blossom. As long as he has a good showing. Yeah, I think that Shanks, I don't know, because like when we see Shanks when he's talking to other people and like when he's dealing with other people that he's not fond of, he's ruthless, kind of. Like he like when Mihawk came to the island, when he first gave him Luffy's wanted poster, he was like ready for the smoke. He was like, yo, you want to throw down here? I'm all about it. And he's like, I'm not here for that. I'm just here to show you this. And then he's like, oh shit, let's have a party. Like, so I mean, I think Shanks, I mean, who knows? Shanks may take a liking to Kid, you know, be like, hey, I saw what you did with Luffy. You guys took down Big Mom and Kaido. That's respect. Like, that could be very interesting. So Kid slander is okay and Law predictions aren't. These aren't fair rules. I didn't say they were fair. I love Law as a character. I think that his backstory is like top tier. I think that his Devil Fruit is like my favorite. I think that the fact that he's a doctor is really great. I love that his ship is a submarine. Like, there's just so much love for Law in so many categories that, I mean, I have his sword. I cosplayed as him once. Like, I love Law. Kid hasn't shown enough to me to basically warrant my love. so that's how I feel. I do like his fight though so far with Big Mom, especially in the anime. It looks good. But let's see. Conqueror v Conquerors. I would love to see this be the moment that Kid really showcases his Conquerors, because we know he has it, but he just hasn't like really used it to what we know. So that's, you know, I hope we get more from Kid, because he's supposed to be played up as like the Whitebeard of this generation, or at least a very strong character. And so far we just like him fighting Big Mom was great. I really like his fruit. I like that he's awakened. I like the way his fruit works. I feel like from what we know of other people that use magnetism in other series, he should be more broken. But, you know, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. But I have high hopes for Kid. I really do. Because when they first were introduced in Sabaody, I was like, yo, these three are fucking, they're him. Like, and now they're even more so. So, I don't know. So this is where we get the respect Kid is deserved in Elbaf. Yeah, I hope so. I hope that from Egghead, the Straw Hats go to Elbaf, because it's like the next place, in my opinion. We've heard way too much about Elbaf ever since Little Garden. If we don't make it there soon, people are gonna start losing faith. First time. Bro takes killer. Law is on too many popularity pros. That's why Oda has plans for him. Yep, with Ace too. Then made 9 other supernova. If Law can learn what he did from Wano with no conquerors, Kid learned a lot too as an engineer. Yeah, like I really like his Devil Fruit. I really do. I think it would be super busted on Frankie if Frankie had Kid's Fruit, because he has the knowledge to be able to engineer things in a way that would be insane, in my opinion. But I really want Kid to do better, because I feel like there's Kid slander, and I think that there's a decent amount of it that's warranted. because I mean he couldn't at one point he couldn't even take Cracker, but now he probably could. I mean, easily. I would say that I'd say he's first commander level. I would say that. I would say him and Zoro are kind of close. Yeah, I always thought that too. I always thought I saw Law as the Whitebeard character and Kid as Shiki, or like in the flashback when they saw them like drinking at the port or whatever and talking. It was kind of reminiscent of like the Roger Whitebeard Odin. So I could see that Kid being more like Odin class, in my opinion, probably as of right now. Kid is better because Frankie needed Vegapunk notes to make a laser. Kid base made ground to air missiles. Yeah, I agree with that. I also think that there's a level of like engineering that is needed for that sort of thing. And I think Frankie had a really good base knowledge. He just needed a little bit of help along the way. So, and some people think that Vegapunk needed help along the way too, and that's why he was studying the Ancient Kingdom, since they were actually the ones that were so far ahead. But I don't subscribe to that. I think Vegapunk is that smart. I think that he knew how to do all of the stuff, and maybe he was just missing small finite pieces, and the Ancient Kingdom kind of gave him the rest of it. And he also still hasn't figured out how to use their power and whatever was powering their kingdom. So I agree, there is a trio. Yeah, and honestly, I really hope that Law doesn't get bodied like that. I would be very upset. And you're right. He has a lot of fans, but he also is like has been there the longest. He's gotten a lot of screen time. Kid really hasn't. We've just gotten like little bits and pieces of Kid, and then we finally got more during the war. And honestly, I feel like Killer had better development than Kid during the war in a way, because we got to see him fight Zoro. We got to see him eat a smile fruit for his captain, like that type of loyalty. And then we even got to see like him throw down with Hawkins. He killed one of the worst generation. Like he's a loyal right hand. I really like Killer, to be honest. I really would love to see him unbandaged with his helmet off. I think the three-eyed tribe thing is very much a possibility. So I'm very interested. Taku summon the spirit of Ragnar. Man, I wonder what Ragnar thinks about this chapter. Oh man, I do like that the crew's all back together to a certain extent, and I think that the crew being back together is probably some of the best parts of One Piece, is when they're all together. So, besides for Zoro and Brook, I want to know what Brook's doing while Zoro's throwing down with Kaku. Is he taking on Lucci? I don't know if he wins that. I don't know. Whoa. What if Brook gets to the level where he can... What if he can use his, like, Soul King form to manipulate the soul of a devil fruit inside someone? Because it's like, you get the devil fruit's will, you get your will, and then they have to like kind of come together, but it's still technically two wills inside of you. What if he was able to influence the will of the animal and make them different or timid, or like lull them in a way? Be interesting. I have high expectations for Brook too. I really like Brook. Brook's probably like top 5 Straw Hats for sure. I also really like his power. Damn, this is good. I really hope Zoro no diffs this dude though, this giraffe motherfucker. Especially because he's pissed off because he just got woken up. When I look at the Sunny though, I don't see Brook on it. You see Zoro kind of laying there, like shadow silhouetted, but You don't see Brooke. I wonder if he went somewhere else. He's just like escorting Caribou off the island. Like, here you go. Sanji perma-changed a dude's character design on Sabaody. Those ugly fish ride boys. All straw hats. Straw hats are too meta. Yeah. They are very meta. Yo, I'm so happy for Frankie. I want Frankie to get the technology he deserves and have the ability to basically like make the Sunny into a giant mech like Vega Force 1. Because even in the SBSs, we saw that Frankie in the bad timeline turned himself into a ship, which was funny. But what if in the good timeline he's able to turn the ship into him, kind of? Like, I would love to see that, and that would be really great foreshadowing on Oda's part, because his wanted poster is the ship. So it's like, that would be really great. And honestly, that'd be pretty fucking cool. And that would be the best way to is that a Nintendo DS? Oh, no. This is my phone. It's like a Nintendo DS. It's just the Samsung Fold. So like, but I would love that for Frankie, and I think that's his next logical like state, because like Frankie has like the General Frankie, where he is basically like a giant mech already, but it's like it's the combination of pieces of the Sunny. So you have like the tank, and then you have the bike, and they come together to form the Iron Pirate, the General Frankie. But if he could use all those different ones and with the Sunny and make like a giant mech, that would be so cool. That'd be some straight Power Ranger shit, and I'm here for it, to be honest. And that would be the best way that he would be able to take on, I mean, if it's possible, like San Juan Wolf on the Blackbeard Pirates, because he's huge. So basically, I mean, they call him the battleship because he's as big as a battleship. But if you turned a battleship into a giant mech where you would fight, that would make sense. So I'm very interested in this. What's up, Maddie? Yo, I just want to know who he called. Because Edison says, hold your horses. Won't you be risking them too if we ask for help? They'd have nowhere left to hide if they're in the government sites too. See, that's like twofold, because it almost makes it sound like the person is already in the government. Like, they're saying, won't you be risking them too? Like, if we ask for help, meaning it's like they already have those ties to the government. So there's a possibility that they would get in trouble for going against them too, similar like Sentomaru. But then it says they'd have nowhere left to hide if they're in the government sites too. That makes me think that maybe they went to Egghead under the thoughts of, oh, Vegapunk will basically be able to shelter me. Like, maybe they have some form of ties to Vegapunk in a specific way that made them think like, oh, I just had a thought. So I might need to look this up later. So, hear me out here. So, from what we saw of Sabo last, he wasn't on the Lucia. At least it didn't look like it. So when they rained down that lightning that wiped it off, the shadow was cast in a very specific way that almost looked like it was on his face from the side, and he looked like he was possibly on a boat right off the coast of the Lucia. So that makes me think that Sabo's still alive, obviously. Who would Sabo know and maybe was close enough to at the time where it happened to go and get fixed up? And if Vegapunk has ties to Dragon and the Revolutionaries, it could be that Sabo somehow either was taken or made it to Egghead, where he is now recovering. And when they're saying, won't this be risking them too if we ask for help? If we're talking about risking themselves, right now, everyone thinks Sabo is pretty much gone in the most part. And if they find out that he's on Egghead, they wouldn't just send an admiral. They'd send like all of them. They would send a Kainu probably to go fight him. Like on Egghead. And that could make sense that he's on there because the time difference, like from when we saw the Straw Hats and when they found Bonnie after they learned the news of not the news of Leloucia, the news of what happened at the Reverie was like it was a few days apart. So word could have traveled. He could have made it to Vegapunk. Vegapunk could have been taking care of him. And that's why Shaka was talking to Dragon. And he was like, I think I'm soon going to die. He could have contacted Dragon saying, hey, I have Sabo here, but I think that he needs to leave soon because I think very soon I'm going to die. So that would be crazy to have that reuniting of Luffy and Sabo just like beating the brakes off of CP0, or him possibly fighting Kizaru. Oh man, this is just getting good. My three possibilities are Smoker, Bogard, and Sabo. I can't think of anybody else who would be on that island that would know Vegapunk and be okay with it. Because, like, it sounds like it's in two different ways. It almost asks like they're risking themselves similar to Sentomaru, like their position in the Marines, or it sounds like they're risking themselves being revealed where they're at. So I feel like it could be two different things. And I think the Sabo take's kind of like a wild one, but I wouldn't put it past Oda to do. But then that would be like, what if Sabo has to also hitch a ride with Luffy, and then he has to just like get on the next island so that way he can contact the revolutionaries to come get him. Oh man, that'd be kind of good. Fuck. This chapter is crazy. And I feel like it's so insane that Kuma is heading, because like if he's at the Red Port, which is the base of the Red Line, that's where they go up to Marijois. If he's attacking there, first off, Kong's there. I'm pretty sure his office is literally right on that island and where he stays. So if Kong's there, that's going to raise some red flags. And if Kong tries to fight, I would love to see Kong actually fight. Because we don't know what devil fruit. I mean, he's probably got like a monkey devil fruit. Or like a mythical Zoan Son Goku or something like that. Like an ancient monkey. but that would be so good. But if Kuma's there, then does that mean the Revolutionary Army is launching their first attack on Marijois? Oh, man. I mean, it's got to be something. There's got to be a reason, because I could have, if you would have asked me last chapter even, where's Kuma going? I was like, Egghead, in a heartbeat. But he's not. So that makes so many questions. Like, where would Kuma be heading? Where? But if he's at the Red Port, that means he's going to Marijois, most likely. Or maybe this is my brain theory of Kuma being like the focal point for all the AIs in the pacifistas, and more pacifistas might show up and start to attack Marijois or the Red Line to make a distraction. Because right now, shit, what if that's it? The minute that the Kuma Seraphim heard about Bonnie, and he knew that CP0, like he heard CP0's whole plan. And if he's on, his brain is on Egghead, and the Puma, which is the pacifista Kuma, on Egghead, knew that Luffy was there, and they're all connected. So then he knew CP0 was coming in. He knew Luffy was there. He knew that they would need Marine approval to go there and take on a Yonko. If that happened, then that means he knew that they would send all their forces there. Which is even more proof positive that Kuma would say, okay, well now I need to lead an attack at the Red Line, right where Marijois is, so they can ask them to send help. And with Garp doing what Garp's doing, he's splitting the Marines' force into threes, which means they're not going to be able to take whoever they're going after, most likely. So it's like you're creating that distraction so that way Straw Hat's can escape with Vegapunk, Law can escape from Blackbeard and stir up things there, and then also the world government would be busy trying to stop the Kumas, the pacifista Kumas that are attacking Marijois and the Red Port. I think that's so fucking good. That's so ingenious in a way. And it's a way that all this could happen and everyone can make it out to a point. I'm very interested now. And this is like right before a break where we're not going to get a chapter for, I think, like 2 weeks or something like that. I think someone said that the next chapter comes out on the 19th, but I don't know if that's legit or not, because they also said that it was break week this week and we got a fire ass chapter. So I am over the moon with this. This is going to be so good to talk about Kuma just being a fucking monster. Egghead, like, and the fact that the security went down on Egghead is very, it seems a little too, like someone sabotaged them. I don't know who it was yet, but what if Kuma sabotaged them enough that it let in people that needed to be distracted during all this? Because CP0 is actually supposed to be basically the shield of the Celestial Dragons. So if they're the shield and they're being attacked, they would ask CP0 to come back, most likely. But if Kuma let the door open, so that way they would be busy caught up in that, because CP0 made it in and infiltrated just in time for the security to go back up. And if the security's back up, then they're trapped in there. They can't go back to help at Marijois. Yo, this is too good. This theory's making a lot of sense. I gotta write this shit down, dude. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to do. I'll probably do like a TikTok video on that as a prediction, and I will probably be super fucking off, because that's usually what happens. But it is a very insane theory, one of which I am looking forward to. Oh man, that's so good. All right, I think I got everything out I needed to here. I think we got it. I'm excited to hear Dr. Vegapunk's explanation of why he can't do it yet. Because right here he says, yes or no, can you turn my dad back to normal? And he says, no, sorry, I just can't, but there's a reason for that. What if the reason is they need Kuma's brain to finish doing what he's doing by making all the pacifistas attack, by doing all these intricate things in all these different areas to draw all of the world government and marine forces in all these different directions? I'm very excited. I'm very excited at the thought of this theory. Because if he talked to Dragon and there was like a thought of something like this happening, and he was just like, yeah, like if Kuma was a part of the, the technology in Egghead and heard all this stuff going on, it would make sense that he would come up with this plan. He also was the one who made up a plan for saving the Straw Hats in the first place, So I wouldn't put it past Kuma to be this good. Man, Garp. I do and don't want Garp to die. I also want to know what Vegapunk's forces can do. Like, I gotta find out what they can do. So, this chapter was everything I wanted it to be. I wish we got more. I just wish we got more. But it's really good so far. So I'm very excited. But all right, I think I've gotten out enough thoughts. I have a theory now to work on, and I'm very excited about this. And I can't wait to watch Par. And it looks like Larry is also going live with Chestnut, and I'm probably going to tune into that a little bit and hear their thoughts on it as well. Because I'm so excited for this. This is going to be good. This has brought forth a theory, and I'm sure will spawn many more. So, but, all right. So, this is the end of the stream. I just want to plug one more time. Make sure to check out the One Piece creator Kumite on YouTube. We did a very long stream. It was like 4 or 5 hours of us just going over different rounds of theories. Everyone brought, theories, panels, and talked about what they, their theory was. It was great to hear other people's theories. And, Tachi D Spins, shout out to him because he put it together. He asked me to be a part of it. And also check out my Theory No Me with Chestnut on my page. It was a super great theory building video. You just might need to go a little bit forward in the bar because it took me a little bit to get the audio down. I'm not super great at OBS yet. I'm starting to get there though. And also get in the TOPT Discord. It is always popping, and we can do the DDT usually every Wednesday where we do power scaling, and just being in there in general is great. Make sure you also, if you're a fan of Attack on Titan and other anime conversations, Chestnut Tanuki's Discord is also really great for that, and Tachi D Spins also has an awesome Discord. I'm in all the Discords, just plugging myself and having good conversations, so make sure to check those out. And make sure to check out my TikTok as well. I'm always making theory of videos on there because the software is super friendly for people who don't know how to do that. Yeah, it's just great. And I'm going to be working on trying to get probably Chestnut again, and maybe even another special guest on my next Theory No Me podcast. That will be just theory crafting and talking about One Piece. So hopefully you guys love that. So, all right. Well, it's your boy Nerdtaku signing off. This has been a crazy ride, just this chapter alone. So, I look forward to making more of these videos with the next drop. So, all right, you guys have a wonderful day. I've had a wonderful time doing this. So, I appreciate all the conversation and everybody in the chat. Love talking to you guys. I think One Piece and all anime should always be a conversation and talking about theories, thoughts, and feelings about them. So, all right, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and Happy New Year if I don't see you guys before then. All right.